Just because you can't afford a membership at Club 33, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't be drinking like you can. So today we're going to be exploring 3 of the house favorites from the elusive and exclusive Club 33 at Disneyland. Welcome to Cocktail Limelight. I'm your host, Eric Castro, and today I'm joined by one of the former bartenders of Club 33 located in Disneyland. Matthew Ellenson, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Eric. Good to be here.
All right, brother. I know that there's a lot of mystique, there's a lot of mystery around Club 33 at Disneyland. I understand it's very expensive to get a membership. Can be. I understand that it's rumored that there's a really long wait list and it's hard to get accepted. And because of that, because I know so many folks out there who love cocktails have heard great things about their menu, yet I know a lot of people don't always have the opportunity because it's so hard to get in. Because I really wanted to have you come on and talk about some of the cocktails that you did for their menu back in the day. I understand you were there for 7 years.
I did. I was a part of the team running Club 33 for 7 years. One of the most unique experiences I will ever have in my career for sure.
You know, I have to admit, brother, I was really sad when I found out you left because you were the only way that I could get in.
Hey, you know, you got to move on. You got to go where life takes you. So,
okay.
You know, it was bittersweet to leave for sure.
I'm telling you, it does make me really sad that so few people get to experience it because I do feel like that bar is world class. The cocktails are spectacular, and the staff was wonderful.
It meant a lot to me when you came in, the compliments you gave us and our program and our staff. And it's weird to work in a place that you're so proud of, but you have to be proud within a bubble. You know, you don't get to invite your friends, your family in and actually show them what you've been doing. But that's balanced by, I think, the gratitude and the sort of community that exists there within the membership, within the cast, and then how special it is for people to come in.
Man, I gotta tell you, I made the mistake of putting on social media. And for the next year and a half, everybody will bombard me.
Oh,
like,
were
hey,
they asking you
Eric,
to get in?
how do you get me to Club 33? Hey, bro, come on, I know you have a hookup. Get me to Club 33.
Yeah, it's interesting fielding the messages from LinkedIn and Facebook and everything and people talking about it. But yeah, I wasn't a member of Club 33. I just had the pleasure of working there, so.
Hey, you know, brother, I'm psyched that you're going to walk us through 3 of your favorite cocktails off the menu. But before we do that, I want to let everybody know that if you can tell and look up close, I'm actually wearing my Space Mountain button down specifically for this episode.
I'm so underdressed.
Bro, I've been sitting on this for like a year almost, and I haven't really rocked it because I knew you were going to come on the show.
I should have been wearing Disney socks or something.
We'll just Photoshop it in. We'll fix it in post.
If only I had Mickey hands. Okay.
So the first cocktail that you're going to walk us through, I understand, was off of the special tiki menu that you did?
Yeah, the last program that I was involved in when I went back from the blip, we'll call it, this traumatic year or so for everybody, we brought back the summer tiki and really wanted to do something special for the members. So the theme overall was to get inspired by drinks from the past that were sort of iconic, or even some that were maybe lost to history from around the globe through tiki's past. And not only pay tribute to those, but reinterpret them in our own way. So this one was called NOHOPE ATOLL, and one of the first drinks I ever fell in love with years ago, back like 2008, when I got Jeff Berry's books and I started reading through. Yeah. The Missionary's downfall stood out. One, the name I thought was just awesome. It was like the metalhead in me kind of was into it. Yeah. But I'm just seeing this drawing of this iconic just green in a coupe, and the ingredients were interesting, so I started making it, and it's one of the best tasting drinks I ever had in tiki, but its texture is really unique. You got to blend up a lot of mint, a lot of pineapple, so by the time you're done with it, it's almost kind of one of the grossest coupes because it's just got all this residue of everything.
It's like chlorophyll everywhere.
Yeah, so I wanted to honor the flavors of that, but do it in something that you could just sip all the way down and it would just be a little bit cleaner. So that's where the NOHOPE ATOLL came from. Let's jump into it.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So the Missionary's downfall was a bit of rum. You had an apricot brandy in there. You had pineapple. You had mint. So I want to kind of stick within those flavors. So for the rum, we have 1 ounce of Smith & Cross.
Yeah, buddy.
So we get that nice sort of Jamaican funk from that rum. I want to bounce that off with a different kind of funk, which is 1 ounce of Agricole.
I love it.
Definitely want to do a white Agricole so you get all that grassiness and all that flavor. Next up, we're going to do 1 ounce of pineapple juice. Get that in there. We're going to go 3/4 of lime juice. Keep that nice and fresh. All right, next we're gonna do 3/4 of an ounce of creme de pêche or peach liqueur. Now the original recipe had an apricot brandy in there, so that was kind of my way of kind of getting that flavor in there. Even though I wasn't using apricot, I thought it was in the same
Yeah,
family.
keep it in the stone fruit realm.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Last up, we're gonna do a 1/2 ounce of honey syrup. Get that in there. And then the key is plenty of fresh mint. So instead of blending it, I'm just gonna put all these mint leaves in there and then shake that up.
Let's do it, brother.
There you go. Oop, don't want to do that too much. Shake that up. So even though we're not blending it, I still don't mind that there's gonna be little pieces of mint in there. So we're gonna go ahead and just strain it one time, not double strain. Should have nice little specks of green kind of floating throughout. So then we're gonna top that up with crushed ice. Oops.
Yeah.
All the way up to the top. And then a nice bushel of mint. Don't be shy with it. Go hit it all around the outside. The nice thing about this is it's gonna wake up that mint, but it's also gonna transfer some of those oils onto the glass. And then just put that right down in the center.
Do you mind if I
jump in.
have a wee sip? I remember I actually had this when I came to see you last August.
Did you?
Yeah. But you know what? It tastes even better now. Brother, that is incredible. And you know what? I wanted to say, I feel like tiki cocktails are a natural fit at Club 33, partially because of the location. You're right upstairs from Pirates of the Caribbean, so the whole, rum connection just makes sense.
Yeah, for me, I mean, I've always had a love of it when the craft thing was really hitting out here in Southern California. I always saw so much craft in the past with tiki. It was one of the ones that really kind of, lived on. So looking at balancing flavors that are that rich, I was just obsessed with it. So there was no way I wasn't going to start introducing that to the program at Club.
All right, brother, we have something refreshing on crushed ice that you just made for us. Now, the next cocktail I understand is a Bourbon riff.
It is. It was an important drink to me. One of the locations that's very legendary was called the Trophy Room at Club 33. Walt Disney built it. It was known for its animatronic animals and rumors about Walt talking to guests through them. And when we went through our renovation, we had to unfortunately lose that space. So I knew what a loss that was. That meant a lot to our members. So I wanted to pay tribute to that. And the idea behind the drink was, let's create a cocktail that would have been served in that room. Like something from that time, it would have made sense, in the late 60s, early 70s. So I went back to the classics and I challenged my bartenders to create something, and they all started putting up recipes. One of the things that was key in teaching them, I thought, was when you're riffing and creating cocktails is don't just start from scratch without a roadmap. One of the best things that taught me was take classics and then riff on the math of those classics, because the balance is already solved.
Yeah,
right?
I agree 100%.
So to give them that roadmap, I said, I want you to take a Vieux Carré spec, look at how that drink is built, and then I want you to reinterpret that and come up with something new. So all of them put up recipes.
Stop giving away all our secrets, brother. I've made my living convincing everyone that
it's much harder than I just said. But no, so they started doing it. They put up all the recipes, and we had a bartender named Jeff that as soon as he put it up, I was like, that's it. That's the one. It just rang true on my palate, and it was absolutely.
And it's
delicious.
one of the house favorites, I believe.
It's been on there at least for the last 6 years, I would say.
Oh yeah, it's never leaving then.
Yeah, I think it should be. It's iconic, and because it's about the history. It's about that place, living on, and all of those members. They said they remember celebrating in that room, and most of the legends you hear about, people talk about that room. So at least you can't go visit that room anymore, but at least you can kind of sip something in style and at least raise a glass to the trophy.
Cheers, my friend. Well, let's make one.
All right. So we're going to start with cognac. We're going to do 3/4 of cognac. We're going to do 3/4 of bourbon. So we're splitting our spirit between the two.
Lovely, lovely.
Then, instead of going with the sweet vermouth, we went with Cynar, which is going to give it some sweetness, but it also is going to kind of dry it out a little bit, which is going to handle how much sort of technical sweetness is in there, because we also put in a 1/2 ounce of maraschino.
Yeah.
So that may seem like a lot at first, but then the way the ingredients play is going to work. Vieux Carré, traditionally we'll split 2 different bitters. So we're going to do a traditional New Orleans style bitters, and then a little bit of Ango as well. So it gives it that complexity, and then we stir that down. therapeutic doing this.
It is, man. It is, right?
So then we're gonna grab our julep strainer. Just to hold back that ice. This is a sizable mixing glass. I like this.
Oh, brother, that looks incredible. Don't be surprised if you start to see the trophy room cocktail on menus across the country, okay?
You know what? I would be so happy if I walked into some bar in like Chicago one day and all of a sudden like somebody recommended a trophy room. Like that would be fun, you know.
Viewers,
Hey,
can we
never
make
know.
that happen? Can we make that happen for my boy Matt? And now for the garnish?
Garnish, we're gonna do just some beautiful citrus from an orange so that we can get that kind of brightened up nice and well. Make sure that's nice and thin. Squeeze that over the top, a little kiss around the outside, and then we have a trophy room.
Let me take the first sip. Brother, that's incredible, my friend. That is incredible.
Thank you. Yeah, first time I tasted it, I knew that Jeff had hit it out of the park.
You know, I'm really glad that you took the chance to hang out with us so far because I think there might be a misconception out there, unfairly by the way. I think a lot of people think, oh, Disneyland, it's a theme park, so everything probably has tons of juice, tons of syrups, tons of sugars. But no, these cocktails are all very elegant, very austere, very delicious, you know? And they would be at home on the menu of any craft cocktail bar that I can think of.
Oh, thank you. I think that it's, you know, things have come a long way. You know, you remember when you started in this, how rare it was to find balanced cocktails and good cocktails, and it was like that when I first kind of started. But you know, the parks have always pushed the boundaries and trying to put as good a product as they could out for anybody. So that includes cocktails. I mean, yeah, there's an assumption that, you know, it's nothing but churros, but if you ask adults who spend a lot of time at Disney, there's some good adulting happening throughout the parks.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
a lot of good imbibing for sure.
Especially during the food and wine. Oh man, I love that event.
Great times. Great times.
Okay, so I understand you have one more cocktail for us?
Yes, one other that absolutely, I'll say I don't remember the moment it happened, but I remember that it just kind of, amongst the members, it just became a favorite, and it's called a Stiggen's Rhum. I don't know who invented it, but I know it was one of two guys who were like a dynamic duo. We have a bartender there named Noah and another one named Tim. They're great friends. They were great minds behind the bar. So I know one of them created it. I haven't talked to them in a while, but it just came out and it ended up on the menu, and the members absolutely loved it. So.
And I know, although I've had the first two while I was in the bar, this third one I've never tried.
Oh, I'm excited.
So brother, yeah, by all means,
I
christen my palate with the Stiggen's Rhum.
I love it. So for the namesake, we're gonna do 3/4 ounce of our pineapple rum or Stiggen's fancy rum, which really gives it that beautiful pineapple flavor. And we're gonna balance that out with 3/4 ounce of the OFTD, Old Fashioned Traditional Dark. And I think the proof of that helps because it's gonna actually, again, dry out some of the fruitiness and the sweetness that's in the drink.
You know what? That's what they tell everybody, that's what it stands for.
I didn't say.
But officially, I heard, unofficially rather, that the reason why it's called OFTD is because cocktail historian David Wondrich took one sip of the first rendition and said, oh, that's delicious.
See, I'm not used to being behind a bar and being able to tell that story, but yes, absolutely. Then 3/4 ounce of Gran Classico. Gran Classico is a lovely Italian bitter that has a really, really unique flavor, and I almost get like burnt orange kind of flavors in there.
I love it, my man.
Then we'll do 3/4 ounce of a creme de pois or pear liqueur. Built in the glass, just give it a little stir, kind of incorporate all the ingredients, get it a little slightly diluted. Nice thing about serving something on the rocks is you're gonna actually have it get better and better as you're drinking it. No garnish needed, just be what it is.
Oh, brother, may I?
Please.
That's incredible, my friend. I'm gonna tell you, brother, one sip of this, and I feel like I'm balling like Scrooge McDuck.
That's gotta be a good feeling.
Oh, man, it is. Now I just need a pit filled with gold doubloons and stuff to
Just
jump
dive right in and
into.
start swimming in
You
them?
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or even just cocktail cherries.
Okay, that's a little sticky.
Yeah, it's
kind
kinda gross.
I got my
But you know
lotto
what?
ticket though, so maybe
Bro.
I'll do that for you if I win.
I'm gonna do a lot of weird stuff.
Okay,
You know what? Let's not rule anything out.
I'll leave that for another episode.
All right, so my man, brother, thank you so much for coming down here. Thank you so much for walking us through these 3 cocktails. I feel like they're all very important in regards to the venue, which in many ways makes them important to the cocktail community at large.
Oh, that's really sweet to say. Like, I'm honored to be here. You've been a good friend and a good mentor to me over the years, so I'm really happy to be here and actually going over these with you.
Brother, I feel like you've been a mentor to me.
Oh, come on. No.
You know, man, I tell you, you took me backstage at Disneyland. I'm telling you, bro, that's something special right there.
It's a fun experience. It's a fun experience. Now I'm gonna have to, you'll have to invite me next time. You get backstage and then bring me with you next time.
Shoot, how can I get myself a pass? I need to get a pass to Disney, to Club 33.
Oh. Hit that subscribe button. Maybe it'll happen.
Yeah, exactly. All right, brother, I just want to say thank you one more time for taking the time to come hang out with us. Thank you so much for illuminating us with these beautiful recipes.
My pleasure.
All right, all of you out there, now that we've walked through these 3 recipes and learned a little bit about them, what other elusive and exclusive cocktails out there are that you would like to learn more about? If you can think of any, leave them down in the comments below, and who knows, maybe they'll be featured in a future episode of Cocktail Limelight. Now be sure to muddle that like and subscribe button, and all of you out there, if you'd like to dive deeper into the world of craft cocktails with me, be sure to check out the Bartender Large podcast, which I host on iTunes, Spotify, and anywhere else that quality podcasts are found. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, and we will see you again next week.